I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test part 265, pubs and nightclubs while doing Pilatic leg training. And if you participate in the Pilatic leg training, that is at your own risk. And here pubs and nightclubs, this is on page 93. Let's start with Pilatic leg training. We are bringing one leg long out with a flexed foot and we bring it to the ground, tapping onto the ground and again up. So, pubs and nightclubs. Public houses, pubs, are an important part of the UK social culture. So, what are public houses? Public houses, pubs, are an important part of the UK social culture. So, they are important in the United Kingdom, for how the people live together. Many people enjoy meeting friends in the pub. So they're not going just straight there, many people, but they have maybe through social networks like Facebook or Twitter organized a little meeting in such a pub. And now it happens that some friends meet in a pub. Most communities will have a local pub that is a natural... I never seen this word before. I'm afraid to speak it out loud. I don't get this word. It doesn't look English. It is point for social activities. Maybe it should be an L and it's a type error. That is a natural local point for social activities. Whatever. Most communities will have a local pub, and that is a natural point for social activities. I'm going to look the word up and then I'm going to tell you what it means, or if it's a type error, if I could find it. We are changing the leg, we have a leg out. So most communities will have a local pub. That is a natural point for social activities. Whatever. So there's one pub which is the local pub, the pub or whatever, the local pub, and that is whatever, a point for whatever. I'm going to look that word up. Pub quizzes are popular. Pub quizzes are popular. Are people doing quizzes? Whatever, pub quizzes are popular. Pool and darts are traditionally pub games. So pool, that is something like snooker. That is like billiard, but it's a bit different. I don't know the differences. And dart, that is basically throwing little paper planes against like everything against the target, and you have to hit specific places on the target, and then they give points, and together calculated they give the perfect sum. Something like that. You have to throw things and meet the target. Pool and darts are traditionally pub games. To buy alcohol in a pub or nightclub, you must be 18 or over. They mean years. But people under that age may be allowed in some pubs with an adult. They're doing the next exercise, the leg long out, and we're bending it at the knee. Very flexed foot. Bending it at the knee. When they are 16, people can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel or restaurant, including eating areas and pubs, as long as they are with someone over 18. I'm not sure if that is detailed enough for legal advice. So to buy alcohol in a pub. We continue with the exercise on that leg. So to buy alcohol in a pub. Alcohol is in some drinks, so it's not that we're buying alcohol. That it can't be drink. Absolutely not. They're buying other drinks where alcohol is in it to 5, 10, 15% or 20%, something like that. So they're buying a beverage with alcohol in it, and if you buy it in a pub or nightclub, you must be 18 years old or older. So 19 years old are also allowed, or 20 years, or 21 years olds, 50 years or 60 years. So you have to be over 18 to buy a beverage which has alcohol in it. We're changing the leg. People who are under that age, for example, 12-year-olds, may be allowed in some pubs with an adult. So if people are younger than 18, they may be allowed to come into that pub if an adult, it's not a parent, an adult doesn't have to be a parent, if an adult is with them. When they are 16, people can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel. What? I don't know about it, but 12 is just in under. So that is what I mean. Is it detailed enough for legal advice? So can 12-year-olds go there with an adult? Or is it just for 16 or something? Or actually 12 here. When they are 16, people can drink wine or beer. Now, wine and beer oftentimes have alcohol in them, but they are not that much alcohol in them. And some things like wine, there's only, I don't know it, but 3-5% or so. Other things have 20-30%. People can drink wine or beer, and beer has also not a lot of alcohol in it. With a meal in a hotel or restaurant. So when people are over 6, we are changing exercise, with the legs long out and we're bringing it to the outs. No. We're doing first the hammerhead shark exercise. Bended knee with a flex foot, and we're bringing it up and again down, up and again down. So people under the age of 18 can go in pubs or nightclubs if they are accompanied by an adult. In some pubs. When people are over 16, they can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel or restaurant. And also in eating areas and pubs, as long as they are with someone over 18. So in pubs and nightclubs, people can only enter if they are over 18, and in some they can enter when they are accompanied by an adult, when they are younger than 18. When people are 16 years old, they can drink wine or beer in a hotel or restaurant or in the eating areas of pubs, but only if they are with someone who's over 18 years old. Pubs are usually open during the day from 11 a.m. 12 noon on Sundays, and we're changing the other leg out with bended knee and going up the flex foot. So pubs are usually open during the day from 11 a.m. or 12 noon on Sundays. 11 a.m., so that is basically midday, at daylight. Nightclubs with dancing and music usually open and close later than pubs. The is that word really? Licensee decides the hours that the pub or nightclub is open? Licensee, double E? Is that another type error? Or does that word exist? Maybe. It would be quite funny if that word actually has two E's. So nightclubs with dancing and music usually open later, so they don't open over the afternoon. They don't opening in the middle of the day and open over the afternoon and the evening, like pubs. But they open later, so I guess in the late afternoon or something. But they're staying then open longer. The pubs seem to close at some time in the evening, but the nightclubs are staying open into the night. They're called nightclubs. Now, next exercise, the leg to the in, and we bring it to the outside, and with a flex foot to the outside. The licensee decides the hours that the pub or nightclub is open. No. So that could be a person, or it is a piece of paper, or whatever the pub or the venue of activity is registered under, something like that. The licensee decides the hours that the pub or nightclub is open. Maybe that's the person leading the. I don't get it. The licensee decides the hours that the pub or nightclub is open. And that was pubs and nightclubs. The next thing will be betting and gambling. In areas. So betting and gambling will be the next thing. If you're just here for betting and gambling, just reading about it in books, and then you can come to the next part. And we're changing the other leg out and bringing it to the outside. Now we can go back. We had some things to learn. Before flowers, I think it is expected from us to know them. But what is not so much expected are the notable British artists. The last one we had was Sir John Lavery. He made paintings of the royal family. The next one we're trying to actually learn is Henry Moore. He was a sculptor and artist, and he is best known for his large bronze abstract sculptures. So he made large bronze abstract sculptures. And we're doing now The last exercise. Bring the leg long out, bring it to the outside and tapping the floor, and again in. We're having another exercise after that. And again in, to the outside and tapping the floor and in. So Henry Moore, he made large bronze abstract sculptures. I don't know what it is, so I just say these are basically sculptures of humans, and they are large and they are out of bronze, something like that. So Henry Moore, and I'm staying with the H, which looks like a person, as an abstract sculptor. So Henry Moore, abstract bronze sculptures. And I was saying with the other leg, the leg out and tapping the floor, going in again. So Henry Moore, large abstract bronze sculptures. And then the next thing we had to learn, do we know the three fashion people here listed, leading in fashion here listed? Mel Quant, Alexander McQueen, and Vivienne Westwood. Alexander McQueen and Mel Quant. When we were learning, let's take the second food. We had fish and chips in England, and also roast beef with potato, vegetables, and Yorkshire pudding, and yes, vegetables. What's something else? Potatoes. And Wales, Welsh cakes. In Wales, a traditional associated food with Wales is Welsh cakes, and that is a traditional Welsh snack made from flour, dried fruits, and spices. So having flour, I said at one place wheat. I'm not completely sure if I mean with wheat what I meant. I meant flour. Whatever wheat is, I meant flour. So flour, dried fruits, and spices. That is Welsh cakes. We're going to do it again. Now we're going to do a plank. Let's say for 2.5 minutes. And we're starting in 3 seconds. And go. Now in the time, let's talk about the 6 wives of Henry VIII. Well, these are 6. And the first one was Catherine of Aragon. The second one was Anne Boleyn. And the third one, Jane Seymour. And the fourth one was Anne of Cleves. And be able to have with a bag, window low, and tuck the table on it. The fourth one, Anne of Cleves. And the fifth one, Catherine Howard. And the sixth one, Catherine Parr. And we can learn them if you have a minute earlier with one rhyme. And the rhyme is divorced, killed, died, divorced, killed, survived. And that helps us maybe already a little bit to know what happened in their lives. So Catherine of Aragon, she was a Spanish princess, and she had multiple children with Henry VIII, but only Mary survived. And now it became clear that she couldn't get another child, and Henry VIII wanted a boy, so he divorced from her. That was only possible through the approval of the Pope. The Pope wasn't giving it, so he split it away from the Roman Catholic Church and founded the Church of England. And he divorced her. Then he married Anne Boleyn. With Anne Boleyn, he had also a child. Her name is Elizabeth. But Anne Boleyn was unpopular, and she was accused of having lovers, and she was executed. His third wife was Jane Seymour. With her, he had a child. Both had a child. So Edward, his name. But she died shortly after the birth of Edward. And he married again, Anne of Cleves, for political reasons. He divorced her, fastly. Then he married again Catherine Howard. And with Catherine Howard, did it happen that I think she was also accused of having lovers. Whatever happened, she was executed. And when he married Catherine Parr, she was a widow. He died. She lived longer than him. She married again, but also died shortly afterwards. And we're having 10 seconds left. And 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And we were 2.5 minutes. And that were all the exercises. Now we have nothing to do. So I just say, no, we have one thing. Let's take one third movie, The Third Man, 1949. Carol Reed. 1949, The Third Man, Carol Reed. Can you remember it? 1949. The Third Man, Carol Reed. The Third Man, Carol Reed, 1949. I thank you very much, and until next time.